Stardate 23/10/31, entry 2. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to approach content creation moving forward. I used to spend so much time playing games, but I also realize now, in the modern day, from games in the past that are still playable to now, how much choice of games there truly is. It is an insane amount, an insurmountable task to try and play every single game. You kind of have to make the hard decisions sometimes to be like, this just isn't a game, or a series rather, that I'm not going to play because it just didn't catch my interest. It doesn't hook me in the way other things have in the past. And I think that's okay. I think what makes it a little bit harder as a content creator is you're always going to get people in your audience who are like, oh, you know what you should play? You gotta play all the Final Fantasy games. They're all amazing. Or that's just an arbitrary example. I don't see that happening for me. I think if anything, I might jump into like a Final Fantasy 7 or a Final Fantasy 10 because I heard that those are especially beloved. But even then, it's just kind of so far down the list of games that I've been considering that I kind of have to just do what I feel like doing for now. And what I feel like doing, to be honest, is kind of gaming less. I have all these aspirations of being a programmer, and while I have some JavaScript and React under my belt, I know what the skill ceiling is, and I know how far below that skill ceiling I am. And while I do want to continue to hone my skills as a web developer, I also just want to be a strong programmer in general. And I began learning C programming, but I want to start plugging away at that C programming because I think regardless of what technology I adapt, if I have the strong fundamentals of memory management and using C and C++, maybe even C# for that matter, I think it's just going to make me a better programmer overall. I'm going to be more adaptable and have a greater ability to just understand and be able to only worry about the syntax then. And oftentimes I'll be able to write out something I'm trying to achieve and leverage artificial intelligence to translate the syntax for me. Because that really is the future. There are countless firms that are beginning to adapt AI as a part of their workflow, both here in Finland and in other countries. And I just think my best way to set myself up for success in the potential of finding a career is making myself a strong programmer and thinking about patterns and algorithms and solving problems, and worrying less about the nitty-gritty details of performing within language X. Now, the reason I'm choosing C is just because it's kind of like the birthplace of all other languages. Not every language, was built on top of C, but a lot of the popular ones are. So that's where I kind of want to spend the majority of my time. And I'm thinking of incorporating it more into streaming. Although for some, it's kind of dull to watch. So it might change what you see on stream. But I also want to make time for fun. And the thing that I think I'm going to derive the most fun from as of late is using my Magic cards. Magic the Gathering is something that's existed almost as long as I've been alive. And man, it's so fun when you get the right people to play with. And when I was first introduced to Magic the Gathering, this is probably a separate topic. We're going to end it here, and then we're going to start talking about Magic. See you in a second.